Welcome back to Fantasy Football by Committee, powered by Flurry Sports. It can be tough to win a fantasy league on your own, but at FFBC, we will work together to bring home the hardware. Hosted by Zach Bruner and the rest of the Flurry Sports crew, we will give top-level analysis, answer your questions, and, well, go off on other tangents.
That was after I tried to get ChatGPT to admit that 9/11 was an inside job, but it stood firm. It gave quite a few solid points that it was true.
Welcome to Fantasy Football by Committee. The show starts in 3, 2, 1.
The number one trending player is a player I've already written an article for on flurrysports.org, so definitely go check that out. We got Jaleel McLaughlin, rookie running back for the Broncos. He's someone who has been mentioned on the show a couple times. So for the people who are saying he came out of nowhere, he's been at least on our radar. However, hopefully you're not like me, because I ended up dropping him before this week because I needed a tight end, and I picked up and played Jonnu Smith. Fantastic call to play Jonnu Smith. Terrible call to drop him. So I'm going to be trying to get him back. He's the number one most trending player, picked up in nearly 900,000 leagues over the past 24 hours. We'll get into that a little bit more. The Javonte Williams injury may not be super serious, but Sean Payton loves this guy, and Sean Payton plays favorites. But definitely drop any questions in chat if you have them. Let's go to running backs. Running backs, obviously, Jaleel McLaughlin, the rookie in Denver, is going to be the top choice. Like I said, I wrote an article about it. Javonte Williams, despite what all the Twitter doctors, right, reported. By the way, let's ignore them. Like, if we all ignore them, they'll go away. And I think we need to do that to a lot of people on Twitter, especially in the fantasy community. But Javonte Williams has a hip flexor injury, certainly an injury that you could play with. This is something I had to deal with playing. Not a fun one. Fucking terrible for a running back, certainly worse. It's that group of muscles that's activated when you lift your knee. So like if you're doing high knees or whatever like that, like you lift your knee straight up, that's the group of muscles on your hip there that are going to be activated. Certainly running in the style that he does, pretty powerful running, where he's driving his knees into the defender, essentially driving him forward. That's impacted. Overall power should be impacted. And there's a way to wrap it that makes it a little bit better. It's going to hurt mobility a little bit. Obviously, there's injections you can do. This is something that's going to linger. Like, that's the worst part about this injury. It's not something it's like, oh, if I sit for 2 weeks and it's going to be better. It's just going to fucking drag on and on and on. It's going to be super annoying. So that's why I kind of like McLaughlin, man. Like Sean Payton said, he wants his role to grow. He is a pretty good complement to Javonte anyways. And even if Javonte plays this week, next week, week after that, I think the role for the rookie is only going to grow. I don't think it's going to be big enough for him to be a reliable RB2, but I think he's a flex with upside every single week going forward, regardless of the Javonte situation or not. But if Javonte is out, obviously he's better. He plays the Jets this week. Tough matchup. Don't necessarily love the matchup, but he is somebody you can absolutely pick up and play. Yeah, that hip flexor injury, it's going to be talked down because people were saying it was groin. People were saying it was a hip fracture. People were saying a lot of things. So it's like hip flexor. Oh, it's good. He's fine. It's a muscle strain. It's different. This thing's like a groin in the way that it's just annoying and nagging and just doesn't go away. So hopefully he gets better soon, but I don't think that's going to happen. Hopefully technology has progressed in a way where they can numb it, give him mobility, and somehow the power is still there. I just don't see that trifecta coming together. So if I'm a Javonte Williams owner, by the way, and he's ruled active this week, I don't know if I'm playing him. He's not a guy I'm cutting. He's probably not a guy I'm trading away because I don't think you can get much for him. Like, I think you're selling him low. And he's not a guy I'm trading for because I don't like this injury whatsoever. I hate hip flexors. So, yeah, he's a nothing for me, which sucks because I was high on Javonte Williams coming into the year. Really quick, and Freddie, I see your question. I'll answer it very quickly. I just want to see when the Broncos bye week is. Not that 1 week of nothing will help him a ton, but this could give us a little bit of a better picture on his timetable if they want to be super, super conservative. Bye week 9. So it's not like he's going to sit out 4 weeks with this. That makes no sense. I think, we'll see. I was going to say, I think the Broncos feel like they can beat the Jets. I think Sean Payton is arrogant enough to think he can beat the Jets with his hand tied behind his back. But after last week against Chicago, who the hell knows? I could see him sitting 1 week, coming back on a short week, playing Kansas City. That's my guess. Will I play him against Kansas City? Come back and find out. My guess is I'm going to be pretty hesitant with him.